And here we are again, sitting in a parking lot filming. This has kind of become a thing, I think. I decided I wanted to touch on something else for today's video. Being that I work at GNC, naturally I get a lot of people coming in looking for weight loss pills and stuff like that. The major thing I wanted to touch on here is the idea that all these things are gonna, just fix the problem for you. I mean, I understand a lot of people, especially now, it's not quite as bad as it used to be. Most people get that there's not a magic bullet to take a couple of supplements and then not have to actually work for what you're trying to do. I had a phone call yesterday, older guy. They went on and on about this weight loss pill that they had seen on TV that was apparently turns fat into muscle. All the normal marketing, which is all well and good. I get it. Literally my job is in sales. But at the same time though, people shouldn't be so easily misled by the things that they hear. Even if you're watching a TV show that has a bunch of doctors on it and they're like, oh, take this, it's got 4 ingredients. Especially with the climate of the pharmaceutical industry. People go on shows and people represent products because they're trying to make money. We live in a capitalist society, that's how it works. But to me, stuff like that is preying on the idea that somebody can just pop a few pills, which in and of itself is a problem. I will never deny somebody the right to have a medication to solve their issue. I mean, obviously it leads into a lot of things like abuse, but not in all cases. Some people are in a position where they need something that's going to help them manage their day. I have friends with depression. I would never be like, hey, suck it up, you don't need medication. Some of these people legitimately do need it. I'm drifting off topic. I've heard instances where people will tell a customer one thing just to make the sale, and that bugs me to a degree. Granted, it probably makes me a pretty terrible salesman, honestly. I didn't get into all this stuff just to make money. I know that sounds high and mighty and I'm super righteous for that, but legitimately, when I was in college, I was up over 200 pounds, not in good shape at all. In hindsight, I realized that it was because I'd given up so many of the physical activities that made me who I was when I was younger, and then it just kind of spiraled out of control from there, and I started trying to check out and everything, which was bad. And luckily, I managed to catch that before it got any worse. By the time I got back from college, I dropped down to the 180s, somewhere around in there. Spent a couple years at that weight, and then eventually I started training more seriously. And my friend actually, that's actually the first time I've ever really taken any serious supplementation. And I can't even remember exactly what it is that I took. I cut down to from the 180 to 170, 160. Even understanding that I took supplements and stuff at the time, the takeaway from this is the entire 4 years that it took me to do that, I wasn't taking supplements the entire time. You have to realize that a lot of the stuff that you want to accomplish, you have to want it enough to get out and do it. You have to want it enough to enjoy doing whatever you're doing in order to make it a habit that's going to last. All right, I just wanted to post up a little short video. Scheduling was running a little bit behind today. Like and subscribe, hit that little bell button on the side so you get a notification anytime I post up anything new. New videos come out on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can give me direct support by donating to my Patreon, which is listed in the description below. Thanks a lot, take it easy.